Welcome, everybody, to the U13 Spring 2026 Weekly Breakdown. We've reached the final week of the regular season, and after digging through the standings, the head-to-head matchups, the scoring trends, and the point differentials, this league is a lot tighter than the records may suggest. Let's start at the top. The Patriots still sit in first place at 5-1, and on paper, they deserve that spot. They've won close games all season long. They beat the Texans by 2, they beat the Bengals by 1, they handled the Bucs comfortably. But there's one result everybody keeps circling: that loss to the Raiders. And what that tells us is simple. The Patriots are excellent, but they are not untouchable. This isn't a team steamrolling the division. This is a team surviving pressure situations better than everyone else. They execute. They stay composed late in games. But the gap between them and the rest of the league is much smaller than the standings suggest. Now let's talk about the team that may be changing the entire playoff picture: the Bengals. At 3-3, some people might look at the record and overlook them. Big mistake. Because once you dive deeper into the numbers, the Bengals suddenly become one of the most dangerous teams in the entire division. Best defense in the league. Only 97 points allowed all season. No blowout losses. Every single game competitive. They lost to the Patriots by 1 point, lost to the Texans by 6, beat the Commanders, dominated the Raiders. This team plays playoff football already. Disciplined, physical, low scoring, emotionally steady. And honestly, if their offense improves even a little bit, this might become the most complete team in the bracket. Now, the Commanders may still have the highest offensive ceiling in the league. They can explode for 30+ on anybody. Their speed and scoring ability make them terrifying when they get momentum. But there's volatility there too. They lost to the Bengals. They lost badly to the Bucs. And defensively, they've shown cracks at times. That makes them dangerous, but unpredictable. Then there's the Texans. Quietly one of the most balanced teams in the division. No huge weaknesses, no major collapses. They nearly beat the Patriots. They beat the Bengals. They've consistently stayed composed. Maybe not flashy, but very solid. And then we arrive at the wild card of this entire league, the Raiders. Nobody knows which version of the Raiders is showing up. This team beat the Patriots, but they also got blown out by the Bengals and the Bucs. They're emotional, aggressive, high risk, high reward. If they catch momentum early, they can scare anybody. But consistency has been their biggest challenge all season long. And speaking of dangerous teams, don't sleep on the Bucs. They may quietly be one of the toughest outs in the division. They beat the Commanders, crushed the Raiders, played tough against everybody. The tie against the Eagles hurts them in the standings, but stylistically, this is a team nobody wants to see in a close playoff game. Which brings us to the biggest matchup of the final week: Bucs versus Bengals. This game feels like a playoff game before the playoffs even begin. The Bengals want to slow things down, control the pace, turn this into a defensive battle. The Bucs want rhythm, momentum, emotion, and explosive stretches offensively. If this becomes a low-scoring grinder, advantage Bengals. If this turns into a back-and-forth shootout, advantage Bucs. But based on the full season body of work, the edge barely leans towards Cincinnati. The prediction here: Bengals 20, Bucs 18. And if that happens, the playoff bracket becomes extremely interesting. Because while the Patriots may still hold the #1 seed, the Bengals may actually be the team nobody wants to face. That's what makes this postseason so fascinating. There's no dominant super team here. There are multiple teams capable of winning this league. The Patriots have the best record. The Commanders have the offensive firepower. The Texans have balance. The Bucks have toughness. The Raiders have chaos potential. But the Bengals may have the most dangerous playoff identity of them all. Elite defense, close game experience, and the ability to make every opponent uncomfortable. And that is exactly the kind of profile that becomes scary in championship football. Final week is here. Let the playoff race begin.
Come on, set. Get it, go. Get it. Go, 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 go.